So my boy father again sends me stuff on my Twitter, or sends me something from Twitter that I just read, and it had me really thinking. And basically, it goes like this: from I'm not gonna say her name, but this black woman, and I guess she believes in astrology. I think this all falls under astrology and moon signs and all that other shit. So this is what she tweeted, and it's a thread. Saturn in Aquarius. Aqua is on a dating axis with Leo. Saturn rules over black people. There will be some kind of mass disconnect in the black dating pool. I think a lot of black women will stop dating men in favor of other women and other races. The black gap, the gap between black men and women will widen and reflect in a dating pool. Will start seeking out more like-minded people. Aqua. We want progress, inclusivity, want things easy. Aqua. We deserve easy. Easy is good. And we have not been getting that. I don't know a nice way to put this, but this would not be some systematically imposed division. They're trying to divide and conquer or anything like that. But we are heavily misunderstood by our brothers, and we are getting more tired of it by the month. Not only that, notice how black women are more likely to embrace the changes in our society, Aqua, but our men could be most hell bent on putting everyone into boxes, Saturn. I'm not trying to attack or make anyone mad, but it's the pattern. I've observed this in respective transit. And it doesn't mean we hate our men. We want bad things to happen to them, but dating wise, it's getting real incompatible. A lot of us are realizing this, and truth be told, it's a lot to take because the image we had in our heads so long. I've liked girls since I was 12, and I refused to seriously date one because I was under the impression that we would both be weak, defenseless creatures who couldn't protect each other. But that's not true. The truth is that I had to learn to protect myself first. I can feel protected by another woman. It doesn't have to be a big burly man like I thought was the only option. Women can afford the same, if not better, love and care than a man can. I think between two black women, it comes with less restrictions and conditions. Someone DM me with this great point. Says hetero black men is where disconnect is. Black women will start exploring more men with other identities and sexualities. There is nothing wrong with dating bi men or pansexual black men, fluid black men, non binary black people, etc. Being so close minded about other people's identities is holding us back. And that's the last thing she wrote. So, like I told my friend, I don't know how to express my feelings of this without sounding toxic. But that nigga was like, you know what? Go ahead. So this is what I think. First things first. This is why, like, when black women say they're at the bottom of the totem pole, I don't believe it. I really don't. I think black men are at the bottom. I really do. But to me, that doesn't. I've always said that doesn't matter because we are both at the bottom, and we both need to help ourselves get up out the bottom of the totem pole. Now, what I have witnessed from women, and I've seen this many a fucking times, that like I don't know if other races would do that, so I'm not gonna speak on other races. But it seems like with black women, it's like it doesn't go like this. If you know he's the bread, if he's the breadwinner, he got to take care of everybody, like even the woman. Like a woman cannot have a job, and that's how society was built. But I've said during these like times, like because of everything that's happened to the black man, where there's like the crime bill that put people out there, the drugs in the community, the single father, the rises of the single parent, and all the other stuff, and the women talking about how much we don't need black men. It seems like, and this is one of my problems with black women. And don't get me wrong, I love black women, I really do. But it seems like y'all know this shit is happening and y'all don't fucking care. It's just like 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 the like white supremacy has been trying to separate the black family because they know the black family is at the strongest. That like most men can't get good high paying jobs because of crime bills and all that other stuff. That there are more opportunities for women to go to college and scholarships for women to go to college than there are for men. Like unless and only the few men that get at least good real high paying jobs, they either rap or play ball. Like we don't have that many black doctors. There are black doctors out there, not that many, and because it doesn't really seem cool and all that other stuff. We don't have a damn near a community. We don't have a community where we run shit and all that other stuff. Like that in a rise, like as a woman, you're more likely to get a job than men. Like there are things is like you think that I've always said patriarchy never helped the black man. I've always said that. Even though we played the rules and even though we tried to have our own shit, and black men has tried that. We have tried our own shit. Hell, we have built around communities and all that other shit. Like it seems like that, but it seems like y'all know these history and y'all don't fucking care. And that's to me, that's the real sad part. It's like like that all this shit is happening and you're like, oh well, nigga. It's like, and I'm not asking for sympathy. It's just like you understand the plight of what black men has gone through. Like I say this shit all the time. Black women, y'all go through y'all shit. I don't knock that. I've never knocked that. You black women, you go through your shit, and you have always gone through your shit. And black men, not only we acknowledge that, we sympathize with you because there's some shit that black women cannot do. That even me saying black patriarchy has done more for black women, I know there's a limit to what the fuck you can do. But trust me when I say this, even though we play by the rules, we know that we still niggas to them. Maybe the coons be trying to try to do shit and try to do other shit, try to fit in, but I think even they know to a point that I'm still a nigga, and I probably won't go as far because I'm not a white man and into that popular boys club. So we try to do our best, and I've always said that we don't like this system, but fuck it, we try to at least do our best in this system to at least have a household. But you know the history of them always trying to separate the black men since slavery. They've been separating our families and separating our black men. And I feel I don't want to see black men. The thing is, with what she said, I don't think she's far off. But I do think it's a systematic thing. I really do. Every time I see, lately, every time I'm seeing on the news, it's just I feel like there are things that's been, especially in this year the most, there are things that's been trying to separate the black man and woman. There are things out there that's trying to separate the black man. Voting for Biden. Us black men, we know, hey, I don't trust a nigga. We say this all the time. I don't fucking trust Biden. No, none of the black men really trust Biden. We don't really trust the Democrats because, as many times, and black men has been saying this all the fucking time. And hell, even most of black women have been saying this. Why would you be in a system that hasn't done shit for y'all? We've been loyal, and I mean loyal to the fucking to the Democrat, and they have not done shit for black people. This is shit that we talking about, and it seems like sometimes it seems like some of y'all black women don't care. And one thing about this is just you're exploring, and this is the part where I feel like it's going to really sound. It's that black women is going to be discovering other options. Now, don't get me wrong. I think black women are the most beautiful women in the world. But I also know that other races don't look at black women the way I do. And I don't want to say, who the fuck wants you? I really don't want to be that super toxic when I say, who the fuck wants you but black men? Because that sounds like some abusive shit that, abusers use to keep their woman. It's don't nobody want you but me. I don't want to say that. But if you look in the dating pool And it's still relevant today. The lowest picked from male and female are Asian men and black women. If anybody got the options, it's black men. Hell, even to a point that we are looked at as fetish and we are fetishized and all that stuff. I guarantee you, black men have more options than black women, and yet we stay with your ass because you know why? We do it from the code. And let's not get this wrong. It's like at least, and I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but at least know this: 80% black men do marry black women, so we do be with y'all. But I'm keeping a buck, and I say this all the time: only black men know how to handle an attitude out of black women, because some of you black women, y'all get with white men, and y'all don't have that same fucking attitude y'all have with black men. Matter of fact, y'all switch up. Y'all get all, oh, yeah. Y'all get real submissive. Maybe it's because they man got money and all that other shit. So he has more leeway for you to become submissive because he was like, well, he does everything for me. And, he take care of me and all that other shit. And to a point where you don't have to work another fucking day in your life. Like, he could say some shit. Like, look at Eve. To me, Eve Pitbull in a skirt. Like, you could see in a, like, she was sexy, but she was also aggressive. You can see, like, she was aggressive. She looked like she ain't take no shit from no nigga. You see her now, she's all, I don't want to say prissy, but softer. She is softer when she got with that white man and all that shit, because that white man is a billionaire. It's like, Eve don't have to work a fucking day. And I don't think she has ever since she married that billionaire. All I think she's just be eye candy. And like, I haven't seen Eve drop an album. Eve don't do no movies. You see her here and there talking, doing these talk shows and all that other shit. I don't know if Eve I haven't looked up on Eve. She probably got some now let's be real. She is a rapper. She probably got her own money. But, when she was with that white man, she's very submissive. And I've seen, like, a lot of black women like that. When they get with some of these white men, they get, like, super submissive. Like, without, like, hesitation. I feel like some of you black women. Does it make me sound bitter or jealous? No, because I've always said with black men, like, if you do want a woman to be submissive to you, you gotta earn it. But I've also told women, like, submissive to us don't mean, like, hey, like, do this for me, woman, and hey, you gotta do this for me as a man. It's more or less like, hey, I got this. Let me handle this. I know how to handle this thing. Let me do that. Like, some of y'all black women don't understand, like, y'all don't think that. One thing I've always said is, like, you want to date bi black men, pan black men, fluid black men, like, you could do all that. But let's be real, some of y'all won't. y'all want to explore other options of black men. Some of these, I guarantee you, some of these people won't be that interested in you. Or you won't be interested in them. Because you'll be dating them already. Don't get me wrong, the only people I see dating them are other weird black women. Like, other weirdo black women, I feel like you're going to be dating these pansexual, bisexual, fluid black men. That's going to be, like, you're going to be exploring other options of girls. But, back to my further point, and I've said this before. This is, why I never have a problem with Kim and Kanye's relationship? Because as much as I think he's brainwashed, that woman done looked out for him. That nigga was in debt. This woman, now, this is Kim K. I'm not going to compare Kim K to a regular woman's relationship. But let's be real. That nigga Kanye was in debt. Kim K put out a game app, a Kimoji app, and all that shit. Made so much money, took that nigga out of debt. This nigga's a billionaire. Kanye's a billionaire. I don't know. I honestly, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not shitting on black women. I'm really not. But I don't know no black woman that would do that for him. I don't know what black women would do that for. Kim, I don't care what anybody say. Kanye not leaving Kim after that. That nigga's an internal, and he loved that woman. He loved that woman. He's put 3 kids with him. And, like, he really loved that woman. But it's just that I'm pretty sure he loved black women too. But he's not leaving Kim after that. But I don't think any other black women do that. And the reason why I'm saying this because, like, Some of you black women, y'all tell you all the time, I'm not taking care of no grown ass man. But if you ask a man, would he take care of a woman with no job? He has no choice. I understand. You women give birth, and I understand. Like you give birth, and like you are you are a natural nurturer. So sometimes you being at home is the best option. But what if a man is like down on his luck and is trying to get his foot back? Would some of y'all wait for him? No, y'all wouldn't. A lot of y'all women would not, and y'all women have said this. Y'all women have said this many a times. I'm not taking care of no grown ass man. But if you was out on your feet, you would be looking for a man to take care of. Hell, half of y'all, some of you women are like 20, 21, not even in your 30s. Y'all already looking for fucking sugar daddies. Y'all don't even want to take. Hell, half of these women, like, y'all don't even want to do regular 9 to 5 jobs. I understand that because regular 9 to 5 jobs suck. And some of them don't even pay. And the way the economy is, like, you can't even live off of the 9 to 5. Even if it's good paying, you really can't even live off of 9 to 5. Some of y'all, like one of my friends, and God bless her, I love her to death, but I say this all the time. It's just like, do you like you want this hypergamous lifestyle? And I'm like, do you understand? Like, for you to even get there, that man has to see you as worthy enough to do it. Because some of y'all, let's be real, some of y'all that want that hypergamous lifestyle are not worth it. I fucking sound like Dion right now. I really do. I really don't want to get this toxic, but at the same time, like, I feel like this is an eye opener. Now, don't get me wrong, like, I've harped on black men as well. And I've always said, and this is probably why I said during my last one, black men, we need to get our money up. Because these women are going to be acting up. And Kamala's not even fucking president yet. And I said this. And I said, you think you, and I'm going to probably send this to my man. It's like, look at my other video. And I said, you think black men, you think black women are acting up right now? Wait till Kamala gets in office. Y'all going to see a whole other side of black women. I'm predicting that, and I guarantee you, that's like this shit is already happening. I've already seen it happen. Like Kamala, like first black woman president and all that shit. Some of y'all women acting up. It's like, oh, I was like, and I'm like, man, y'all, you're not gonna be able to tell these women shit. But it's just like every day I see, and maybe I do need to get off the internet. Maybe I should look at the real world and all that stuff. Because not all black women are like this. And I understand not all black women. So I'm not giving you the black all. I'm not even saying majority of this. Some of you black women are like this. And it's really, really fucking toxic. But I know that if your man, let's say your man was down on luck, he had a good job, but he needs to get back on your feet. Some of y'all women will not do that. Instead, y'all will look for survival. Like that, your natural woman instinct is to look for someone with resources. Your natural instinct, and don't act like this ain't something new. I've like, nigga, this been in movies all the fucking time. When a man is down on his luck, and like a nigga with money, and the nigga, and like you seen this movie, like Dead President is a perfect example. Like, he just got like my man Lorenz Tate just got in a fucking the nigga that played Clifton Powell. Like he was the nigga with money, and like she went up to him first. He was just like, look, man, I know dimes is love. The man said he was like, he said he was gonna pay for rent, help us pay rent and all that other stuff. And my man said, I don't want you taking money from him. I don't want you taking money, cause like as a man, and this is like a man shit. Like this is like literally man shit. We will die before you let another nigga, like you will beg another nigga for your money. Like you better like some women know that, and they do that shit on private. Like I had a homegirl that she used to beg me for money all the time. She had a boyfriend, and I'm like, does your boyfriend know about this? She's like, no. Why are you coming to me and not your boyfriend? It's like my boyfriend doesn't have it. I'm like, so why are you coming to me? It's like as your home, like, and I was her friend, and I didn't mind giving it to her until she kept asking this shit. One time she was like, can I borrow this much, and can I pay you back for it? And I looked at her, and I said, and she just started a job. She's like, how much you make? Like, how much you make? She's like, blah, 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 blah. She went barely minimum wage. And it was like barely minimum wage. And she worked like, she didn't even work a full-time job. And I said, baby girl, I said, I just accumulated your fucking 2-week jobs and all that other shit. Like you wouldn't even have the money to pay me back on your next paycheck and live on for. Not only that, I didn't even take away taxes. I said, so what you gonna make and you say you're gonna pay me back, it won't even be enough. Like, and she kept on asking me money. Now one time I had to meet up with her. And the one time, like, we had this conversation because she was like, when I met up with her, I'm not gonna lie, she was frail as fuck. Like, she was always a skinny girl, but when next time I saw her, I was like, she was frail as fuck. And the thing is, my other homegirl, she was like, yeah, I saw her. She looked like she was wasting away. And when I saw her, I was like, oh my God, she really was wasting away. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt bad for her, so I gave her the money. I said, look, but I said, you need to. And this is like me giving her warnings, but I guess she never took it for granted. I said, you ought to join the fucking. She was like, I was going to join the Job Corps. And I was like, you ought to join the Job Corps or go to the military. Because if you're living like this, and you're like wasting away and all that other shit, I don't know if you're going to survive. Let alone like suffer depression or some shit like that. Now, I don't know if she ever joined Job Corps. I never heard from her again. Because after, like, she asked me again, I said, I can't keep giving you money. Like, I had to stop it. I can't even give you money. And I'm not even, like, one of those dudes where, like, if I'm giving you money, you're giving me sex. I'm giving this to you because you my homie. Like, I'm your homie. But I was, like, at the point, and I still was, like, never going to ask her for sex either. But it got to a point where I was, like, I can't keep giving you money. Because I feel like you're dependent on me. And to be honest, it's just like, you're not even my girl. And I've said this to people many times. You're not even my girl. I can't be giving you money like this and you're not even my fucking girlfriend. Like, you my homie and all that shit. I fucking love you and shit. But I can't be doing this. I ain't never heard from her again. And I was like, not only have I heard from her, I don't know if I think she blocked me from her Instagram. Blocked me from a fucking Facebook and shit. Like, to this day, I don't know where she is, and I have never seen her again. I don't even know if she went to Job Corps. I don't know if she wasted away or died. If I ever see her again, it'd be too fucking soon. Let's just say that. But that's what I'm saying. But, like, and I want to wrap this up as in, I don't understand why society is. And I do feel like this is a dividing, even with her, it's like some type of divide and conquer thing. And I keep seeing this all the fucking time. It seems like society wants to not only divide and conquer, but make us look useless. Like, a lot of people, like, I've always been the type, like, I want to date and marry a black woman. I do. I want to date and marry a black woman. And, like, but I've seen other races, like, and me being in, like, the Navy, I've seen how other races act. It is different. And everybody gonna say, oh, some women say, no, it is fucking different. Like, from black women and other races. It's, like, fucking highly different. Like, even talking to them, like, their vibe is fucking different. And even talking to some of the men, a lot of those men in the Navy, they was like, I can't see myself dating a black girl. Now, unless they was from the hood, some of them did date black women, but a lot of the white men, they was like, I can't see myself dating her. It was like, I can't see myself dating a black woman. I don't know, we just don't get along or some shit. Now, don't get me wrong, a couple of them, like a year later, it's like, oh man, these black women are cool and all that other shit. Like, that go around, and this is where, like, I always, like, got love for my black women. I was like, yeah, it's like, once you get to know them, it's like, but I feel like since we've always been like, for black men, it's different because even though we're at the bottom of the totem pole with you, we still gotta like protect and provide. But even though like society has like really put our foot in our asses, and like you knowingly know this, and because y'all will put this up in an argument when y'all fight with white people, but when it comes to us, y'all flip it. And I just don't understand this shit with, like, every time. You know the fucking history, and yet you still try to shit on us. That's why I always say black men, we at the fucking bottom. But this is why I also said black men, we need to get our shit together for ourselves, because these women gonna be acting up. I don't want that to happen. And I keep telling you, I don't want that to happen. Like these next 4 years, I want black men and black women to come through, reconcile our shit, and fucking get money together. Like this, like I know some of y'all gonna look at me like some toxic, dusty ass nigga, but the end game of this whole shit is I want black men and women to come together, get money together, get out that, like, build our communities together, and just like be happy. Or at least get to the point where our next generation don't have to worry about going to the white man for shit. That's the future I want for our people. And I've always said this. Like, and don't get me wrong, like your kids could be bi, black, and all the other shit. Now, like, and plus, like, I've always said this. Some of y'all women, like, y'all gonna like look at these people, but you gonna realize some of these niggas don't want you. And some of y'all women, y'all gonna lose your mind when y'all see y'all bi or pansexual man fucking another man, or just fucking a transgender person and all that other shit. And it's just like, and like inclusivity. Like, don't get black men wrong. We don't have a problem with inclusivity. And it's like the whole thing about boxes. The thing about the boxes, black men, we want to know what you are. And this is just men in general. We want to know what you are. And it's just like, we're not labeling you, just because, or just to treat you wrong. We want to know what the fuck you are. And that's just men as, like, that is a fucking lion. That is a tiger. That's a fucking eagle. You don't look at an eagle and say, damn, I want to be a fish today. It's like us. It's human race. It's the fucking human race. It's the only people like that. Damn, man, I don't want to, like, don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with the whole LGBT or the trans or even the fluid people. You feel like that, you go ahead. But speaking for straight men, and I say this all the time, that's your world. That's not mine. You're still if you're a man and you feel like you should have been a woman and you get that transition, that's cool that you can do that. But in my world, in my eyes, you are a man. And I tell people all this all the fucking time. It's not that we hate that. It's just that that's what we see. And the whole thing about boxes, yes. Transgender. Yes. Woman. Or cis, if you want to put a label on that, cis woman. Gay man. Our boxes. We have boxes so we know what the fuck is what. That's called order. We have our order. Or, if I put it in a black man's term, we don't like it when our peas and mashed potatoes touch. But that's just us. But that's just straight men. It's not that we don't want to be included in that. It's just that if you tell me trans women are women, we're going to be like, no. That's, like, don't get me wrong. Some people will say trans women are women. But even the straight men that say trans women are real women wouldn't fucking date one nor fuck one. And I guarantee you, none of them niggas will date one or fuck one because they will think it's gay. I guarantee you that. Like, it's okay to go along. And I tell people, you like, black men, it's like, we'll tolerate it. Or even straight men in general, we'll tolerate it. We will tolerate it. But don't try to, but you didn't convince us enough to change our views on it. So, that's not what we see. That's not what we see. That is not hatred. To me, that is not hatred. You just didn't convince us. And I tell people, like, if you convince us that this shit works, we will ride along with it. And that's how most of the human race is. But that's how most men, like, we have our laws and we abide by it. And all that shit. Like, it's a lot of things that, like, I feel like, and I'm looking for my man's, like, response to it, but I don't see it because I know you say you went off on her, but it's like shit like this. It's just like, man, like I don't. It seems like every fucking time I look at shit like this, and I do mean this. Every time I look at shit like this, it seems like another attempt to separate the black men and black women. It seems like it. It's like, why? And then why us? And sometimes I do. If I ever meet God, and if I ever do meet God, and I believe in God, I'm gonna ask Him, why does it seem like the world was always after us? It's like, was it a test? It was just like, this are things I wonder. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna say this again. My end game, because everybody want to be like, what's your end game? My end game is I want black men and black women to get up out that bottom of the totem pole. I want us to have a community that we could call our community, and that we don't have to go to the white man for jobs, loans, security, money, nothing. We can come to ourselves and then just police us. Hell, I would love to have 100% black police. 100%, like, that's not segregation. Like, I know a lot of people that sound like segregation. No, it doesn't sound like segregation. It's good enough to have our own. You white people have your own. There are towns where like there's like maybe like 2 or 3 black people. And like even then, like, or this time was, I know there was people in the Navy, they said they had never seen a black person until they walked into the Navy. I know a couple people said I never had a black friend until I walked up in the Navy. And it's not because like they didn't like black people. They've never met black people. So imagine like, and I'm pretty sure there was like black people that have never met white people before. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of them. So imagine like black men, like white people just going there and they just looking at black. So, but like, not off that. Look, we want to, like, it's cool that, like, we would like our own shit. Like, our own black town. Like, there is a Chinatown. There is a fucking Koreatown. You know, Middle Eastern people, they got their shit. Alright? All black people, like, we just want our own town. Hell, like, I know what you're thinking. Where you got Atlanta and Detroit and all that other shit. That's cool. It's like, I don't even want no big city town. Like, I would love for us to get a bumfuck nowhere town. It's like population like 200 and everybody knows each other. But it's a community of black people and we fucking help each other out. I would like to see a town where it's just like, well, if you need a job, I know, man, you know, you could be moving boxes and all that shit. It pays okay, but, you know, at least get you on your feet. To me, that's the end game and the end goal I want to see for my fucking people and all that other stuff. Not even just, like I said, not even big cities, but small bumfuck nowhere towns where everybody knows each other. Like, and they said, hey man, go see this person. He needs some help. Or at least where, like, in the old days where there's like a help wanted sign. It's like, oh, I just need somebody to run a cash register. Yeah, I can do that. You know, that shit right there. Hell, I would love to see back then, like, you know, how they used to do. I think they did this for white people. I don't know if they did this enough for black people, but I've heard it's happened to black people too. But it was just like, instead of, you know, someone going to jail, they say, you got to go to jail or join the Navy. You know, join the Navy. I would love to see fucking that. You don't really see shit like this no more. Like, everybody, I feel, and like black women, like I said, and black women, I love you, but I feel like y'all don't. It seems like y'all do want to explore your options. Go ahead, explore your options. Do what the fuck you want. Explore your options. But, you know, like I said, and this is probably the most toxic government. Like, from what I've seen from the dating pool, not a lot of people are really that interested in black women, and they have shown. And trust me when I say this, other races have shown their ass when it comes to black women, especially if you're a dark skinned woman. They have definitely shown their ass to you. So you could do it, but I don't know if it's gonna be highly likely. because people and God, I hate the way it sounds, but ain't nobody gonna love you like a black man love you, and that's real shit. Like ain't nobody like we gonna, and I say this about black men and black men. I say this too. Ain't nobody gonna love us like black women love us, cause they do go through some. There's some bullshit we put our women through too, and I highly admit that. But like this is why we need to stick together instead of like going against each other. And you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna end it right here, and I'm going to um go ahead and post this up for my boy. Let me know what y'all think. Today, my name is Oskin. I'm out. Peace.